Hi, welcome to my channel. I am Crypto Possibility. Today, I want to talk to you about Bitconnect compound interest calculators. Many of these Bitconnect compound interest calculators, they give you erroneous information. They give you erroneous results. Either they give you deflated results or they give you very inflated results. So I have created a calculator that gives you close to being accurate to the way how Bitconnect calculates its interest and adds it. So let's just start with an example. Let's say, for example, somebody invested $10,010, right? So we expect for $10,010, that to be multiplied by 0.89, which is the volatility interest, right? Plus plus I'm just showing you here, plus they get a 0.25% guaranteed interest rate. So 0.89 plus 0.25 is that is 1.14 interest rate. So that is what the interest rate that they should be getting, right? So based upon that, we calculate. So but many of the calculators, they don't do that. They just take this value and they take the average interest, and then they don't add that guaranteed interest rate, and then they just simply calculate based upon that. They can simply calculate based upon the volatility interest, average volatility interest, estimated. This is actually estimated volatility interest. So just want to let you guys know that they don't do that, first off. The second off, some of them actually do that, like this calculator here actually does it. So if I put in less than $1,010, as per the this, you're supposed to get only volatility software interest. So whatever that day's interest is, that's what you're supposed to get for that, for $100. For if it is more than or equal to $1,010, you're supposed to get software volatility software interest plus 0.10, right? And if it is more than $5,010, $5,010 or equal, then you're supposed to get the volatility software interest plus 0.20. So you can see, if it is more than more than or equal to $10,010, you're supposed to get volatility software interest plus 0.25% daily. So here, that's what this calculator does. So it takes that value and takes the principal amount, it takes the normal average interest, and it adds it, adds that guaranteed software interest per this range, and produces this received interest. Okay, now but for the second row it is wrong, because you take so with the $114 interest, you can reinvest about 110 reinvestment amount. So if you add this back to the principal, you get 10,120, and now you have to calculate the whole interest again. So now you calculate this value times 0.89 plus 0.25, right? And then you get this $115.37. This actually, from here onwards, it's completely erroneous, because Bitconnect does not give you interest of 1.14%, which includes 0.25 guaranteed interest on a reinvestment of $110. It does not do that. It only calculates the software volatility interest and gives you. So whatever this value is, this is wrong. So to see this in illustrated form, here I have here I have split it across. So what the existing calculator is giving is this, for 10,120 with the interest of 1.14%, you're getting 115.368 cents, right? But what it should have been is this: it should have calculated 1.14 interest for $10,010, but it should have only used 0.89% for $110. So if you did that, you would get these two values here, and when you add them, you're getting 115.09 3 cents, right? So what I want to say is that there is there is a difference of 0.275 cents difference between what is actual and what this calculators give. So now 0.27 doesn't sound like much, but let's change the numbers. Let's suppose we added here, you know, $1,000, you know, as you know, interest, let's suppose, you know, and we added that. So let's suppose it's accrued after some time, you know, and then we added that, right? So if we did that, you know, so here you would get $125.514 for additional $1,000. So $1,000 is still less than 1,010. Remember that. So let's add that 1,000 here. So here, you know, your what the calculators calculate is $125.51, but you know what the actual interest rate that you're getting from Bitconnect is 123.014 cents, which is a difference of, you know, $2.50, you know. So that is the difference it creates just with $1,000. Now when you take it more further, it can create a lot more difference, right? So I'll show you, you know, how much of a difference it can be. Now let me introduce to the new calculator that I have created. I will discuss about that quickly in a few minutes. So here is the new calculator, right? Now I have put in the same numbers here, you know, $10,010, you know, and let's see after 66 days what is the after 66 days, you know, your total loan investment is, you know, 19,790, which is the actual value. But you know, after 66 days using the wrong calculator, you know, your loan investment is shown as 20,670, which is a total difference of $880. So you know, just in 66 days you're seeing $880 of difference. So if you take it further down, it will be even worse. So now let me just quickly explain how I created this calculator. You know, all I did was, you know, I created different buckets, you know, for each range, you know, for you know, for 100 to you know, 1010, less than 1010, one bucket, and you know, greater than or equal to 1010 and less than 5010, another bucket, and greater than or equal to 5010 and less than 10,010, one bucket, and greater than 10,000, greater than or equal to 10,010 and less than 100,000, another bucket. And what I do is when we get these interest values, I add them directly into that bucket. So for all the interest rate, reinvestment interest rate less than 10,010, they go and get added to here. See, this value is becoming bigger and bigger. So you would only get paid interest on this at software volatility interest, and no guaranteed interest. You know, no 0.10, 0.20, 0.25. You will not get that. Now there will come a point when you're accruing so much interest that your interest will be going more than 1,000, which is like at this day 249, you know, in this case, you know, and at that point, you know, that 1010 is added to the second bucket. See, this bucket is closed, so no, these values are constant here. The accrued amount is constant here because there's no more, it doesn't accrue into this bucket anymore, because now the interest rate has grown over $1,000 per day, and so you're adding them into this bucket. Okay, so so similarly, let's go take forward down to, you know, 5,000. At 5,000, when you are making $5,000 investment, they get accrued into the 5,000, you know, $5,010 and up, and less than $10,010 in bucket here. So for $10,000, you know, when you're making $10,000 of accrued interest, which will happen at day 476, you know, that will go into the bucket of 10, you know, greater than or equal to $10,010 and less than $100,000. So you can see, so now how it will calculate the interest is, it'll take basic volatility interest here because it's less than $1,000 and add it. And for the second one, it will take the basic volatility interest plus 0.10, right, interest, and add it, times this one, get interest of that from here. And for the second one, it will take volatility interest plus 0.20, right, and here it will be volatility interest plus 0.25, and add everything into the received interest here. So this does it, that this does an actually very accurate calculations of your of the results. So so please use this one, for estimating your future estimations, right? So one more thing I just want to point out, that I also have a second spreadsheet. If you do not want to invest every day, you can, there's a separate calculator here which actually invests based upon the interest ranges. So it will wait, the investment amount will wait until $1,000 comes, for as long as the $1,000 range happens. Once that completes, it stops, and then it starts with $5,000, and then once that is done, once that is also done, then it starts at $10,000 range. So it's important that, so you can also use this one. Just wanted to point that out to you guys. So hopefully you'll have good luck using this. You can always get this by emailing me at cryptopossibility@gmail.com. Here's my information, cryptopossibility@gmail.com. If you're going to be signing up with me, as a sponsor, I'll give you this spreadsheet for free. Just email me that you have signed up, and you'll get it. If you already have a sponsor, if you can spend me $30 of a small donation to my Bitcoin address, I would really appreciate it. Once you do that, please send me an email, and I will get back to you and and send you the spreadsheet. Okay, thank you very much, and make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And if you haven't signed up for Bitconnect, please go ahead and sign up with Bitconnect with this ID.